Bill Phillips, along with the coach, Ray Suckosh. And we are about ready for kickoff. Big Red will receive. Back deep for Big Red. John Petaway and Vinny West. It's over to kick off, and doing the kicking, that's Landon Wallach, number 63. At the 20, Big Red with the football, and across the 25-yard line, that's John Petaway, number 89. He's out to the 25, and that's where Big Red will start 1st and 10. Let's take a look at the offensive unit coach for Steubenville Big Red. Lucas Johnson, Smith, Jeter, Phipps, and Fithen out as your receivers and backs, and they will rotate a bunch of players in and out. Edwards, Constantini, Smith, Sapolnik, and Angelica up front doing the blocking. Phipps and Jeter split to the far side. Handoff goes to West. Carlton West attacking the corner. He's across the 40 and out to the 45-yard line. And on 1st down, coach, Big Red busts it big with West to the outside.
Big play off left tackle, end over formation here. Power football, Big Red right from the get-go, off tackle. Big gain from Carlton.
So look at the defensive unit for the Tornadoes of Dover. I should say that's a look at the defensive line, linebackers and defensive backs. And while we have a flag, we'll have an opportunity to look at that again. Johnston, Becker, the linebackers for the defense of Dover. Morris, Byram, Lester, and McFadden, your defensive backs. And we took a look at the defensive line as we have a motion penalty on 1st down against Steubenville Big Red. That sets them back 5 yards, and they have 1st and 15 from their own 41-yard line. Hand off to West, far side, and he is stopped after no gain on the play. Good job defensively from Dover coming through and making the stop, and it looked like that was number 88, coach Bill Schumacher.
Yeah, no question here. Dover Tornadoes defense up to the challenge right there. Different set, offensive set, same play. Going back to the left side, and Dover was right there ready to make the play.
Phipps and Jeter split. Phipps to the near side, or Phipps to the far side, Jeter near side. West is the tailback. 2nd and long, Lucas swings it outside, and Jeter makes the catch, but he is met immediately on the stop. John McFadden at the 45-yard line. They will spot it out at the 47. It'll bring up 3rd and about 9 yards for Steubenville Big Red on their first possession of the game.
Luke has been throwing the ball real well here the last few weeks for Big Red. Offensive coaches Radakovich trying to get his quarterback off to a good start, throwing something short, 5-yard hook. 3rd and long, though.
Chuck Johnson, lone back in the backfield for Big Red. Option down line. Lucas is going to keep, cuts it up. He's short of midfield, and he'll be short of the 1st down by about 7 yards. And Big Red will be kicking the football away on the stop for the Dover Tornadoes. J.T. Lauber, number 66.
Nothing going, I'm sure, not to start that Big Red wanted here. Dover defense looking good on the last 3 plays.
Kick away, a good high kick, fair catch called for by the Tornadoes and taken at the 24-yard line, and that's where Dover will take over 1st and 10. And on 1st down, the Tornadoes swing it outside, and 58 to go in the 1st quarter to play. Scoreless ball game. Tornadoes' first possession of the game, and they go with the handoff and bouncing it outside and on his feet for close to 1st down yardage on the play for the Dover Tornadoes. It's number 20, Kevin Morris.
Making the tackle. The gain is out to the
Let's take a look at the offense. Backs and receivers, Von Kennel, Johnson, Morris, Schumacher, Lester, and Ireland. Your backs and receivers up front, Gintz, Lauber, Ballhawk, and Feller for the Dover Tornadoes. And we have an official timeout down on the field. And while they bring the chains on to measure, we can take a look at the Big Red defense, but we'll take a look when we come back. Right now, we're going to take the timeout. Back with more right after this. And Coach, it's Dover, 3rd and inches from their own 33-yard line.
Big second down play for Dover. Picked up 9 on that play after the first down incompletion. This has to be Dover's game plan, keeping the ball away from Big Red's offense. They're going to get the first down.
Hand off Chris Johnston, the fullback, straight ahead, big number 43, and he is ahead for first down yardage. 1st and 10 for Dover at the 35-yard line. Take a look at the defense for Big Red. 5th and Chamberlain, Polnick, Komenich, Costantini, Moore, and Johnson, your linebackers. Smith, West, Jeter, and Vag, your defensive backs. Play action. Von Kennel keeps, looks across the middle, has a man open, receiver, and it is caught for a first down out close to midfield. On the reception for the Dover Tornadoes, Matt Ireland, number 46. So the first pass of the night for the Dover Tornadoes, a completion to the tight end for a first down near midfield.
Big first down play for Dover. You can see play action pass off their wing T set. Bring the tight end on the drag across the middle. Nice throw. Good catch in traffic. First down.
Ireland came in with 3 catches for 63 yards, a 21-yard per catch average. His long 32 yards, and he picks up the first down for the Tornadoes. Handoff goes to Morris. He tries to get outside, steps through a Vag tackle, but Carlton West comes up and greets him along with a couple of teammates. But a good gain on first down from the Tornadoes. Morris out for about 4.5 yards.
I talked to Coach If before the game. He said the key to the game he felt was his offensive line. Right now, their offensive line are getting a body on Big Red, getting some movement, and moving the football.
Ball spotted at the 48-yard line of the Red.
Stack eye offensive set here for Dover.
Lester split to the near side, shift for the Tornadoes. Big Red shifts down the line. Handoff goes to the fullback, and he's straight ahead for short yardage. As the defense coming up big for Big Red there on second down.
Dover's probably going to do that throughout the evening out of their stack eye, shift into their wing T set. Looks like an unbalanced line here with the fullback going back to the weak side. Power football. 3rd and 4. Big down here for both squads here early in the game.
Ryan Costantini with first man there on the play for Big Red. 3rd and 3 for Dover at the Big Red 46-yard line. Von Kennel to throw. Pump fakes and looks long down the sideline, and it's going to be picked off. It is a catch, and Derek Jeter with an outstanding interception on the far side for Steubenville Big Red as he went up and came down with his body right near the sideline, but he gets the interception.
Nice play by the Big Red defensive back here. Von Kennel, straight drop back here, tried to pump faking and get behind the secondary. He was double covered here and made a fine break on the ball. Had a man in front of him and a man behind. Don't know if he should have threw that. Change of possession. Big Red football here on their own 25.
7:26 to go, opening quarter of play. Dover and Big Red, both teams come in 3-1 on the year. 1st and 10 for Big Red at their own 26. Lucas to throw, looking down the middle for his tight end. Fifth can't come up with it, but a flag comes in late, and we'll have to wait and see if there was any pushing and shoving. Let's take a look at it.
Initial reaction, I don't think Dover coaches are pleased with that. Defensive back made a break on the ball. Let's see if he hit him across the helmet on the break.
Take a look at it here. Lucas back to pass, and I don't know if we'll get to see it.
Can't tell from there, but right in front of the Dover coaches, and they didn't like that. Regardless, it's tough to win a battle with the guys in stripes.
So 1st and 10 for Big Red as the ball is spotted out at the 41-yard line. Big break there on the pass interference call. Handoff to West, looking to get outside, looking for a block, doesn't get one, but he still manages to pick up about 3.5, 4 yards on the play. 2nd down and 6, and I would imagine the Big Red coaching staff would take that all night long on first down.
Sure, you got to love that play there. They got a good seal on the end here. Everybody blocking down. Kick out by the guard. Carlton was supposed to go off tackle, Good read, kicked it outside, picked up 5.
Johnston, Morris, and Lester in on the stop for Dover as Big Red shifts now. Spiffman switches sides in his tight end position. Little delay, little counter for West, and he's out close to midfield. He'll be short of the first down by about a yard.
You got to expect Big Red to run this cross buck here time and time again. It's a favorite play of the offensive coaching staff, and it works. Teams up and down the valley and throughout the state run this play that the Washington Redskins made famous with John Riggins.
There you go. Matt Ireland and John McFadden on the stop for the Dover Tornadoes. 3rd and 1 at midfield for Steubenville Big Red.
Tight splits on the offensive line by Big Red.
Handoff inside, fullback, and he is going to be ruled down. Ball came out late, but the official rules him down, and it'll be enough for a first down for Steubenville Big Red on the carry. Chuck Johnson, number 41.
Chuck Johnson, big bruising fullback for Big Red, wearing the number of his uncle, Brian Young, former fullback linebacker for Big Red on the state championship team of '84.
And that's a rule, ground can't cause a fumble. Reniker, Jesse Reniker with the stop for the Tornadoes as Jeter goes in motion for Big Red. 5:45 to go in the opening quarter. Vinny West breaking through, cuts back and dives ahead to the 25 to 35 yard line for a first down. And coach, before the game, people were wondering who's number 20 because he's not on the roster. And then you said Vinny West, he's a good sophomore, watch out for him.
Solid running back for Big Red. Good young talent on this football team. Vinny West, good sophomore tailback here.
5:30 to go, first quarter play. Scoreless ball game on the WTOV9 High School Football Game of the Week.
Looks like Dover going to a 50 eagle here, kicking their tackles down, moving their linebackers out.
Lucas to throw, looking for the
Jeter.
corner for Jeter. He has him. Touchdown, Big Red.
Jeter on the out and up, got behind the secondary, and Lucas delivered the football. Last couple weeks, Ryan Lucas really been throwing the football well. Big Red's coaching staff felt before the game that they could throw the ball on Dover, and it's obvious right there that the coaches saw something upstairs and wanted to go to that early. Aaron Provenzano, Matt Vane, and Jared Zapponi care for the extra point.
Snap good, spot down, kicked up, and it is good. The extra point straight through the uprights. 7-0, Steubenville Big Red. 5:17 to go, opening quarter. Dover is going to try and bounce back here in the first quarter. And throughout the season, we're going to try and incorporate some of the students that are interested in broadcasting as a possible study or communication as a possible study in college or a profession. So tonight we have some students down in the truck as well as Tana down on the sideline. And so far she's doing a good job. Right now the Dover Tornadoes trying to do a good job on special teams with a big return. And they've got a seam and they've got a man across the 40-yard line on the return for the Dover Tornadoes. That's number 20, Kevin Morris, and he gives the Tornadoes great field position out at the 42.
Great way to respond here after a big score. Dover specialty teams getting the job done here. Had a little crack on their right side. Morris tried to get up in it and did. Real nice game. 1st and 10 on the 42. Dover unbalanced line, slot right.
Handoff straight ahead, nothing doing. It looks like Jamel Chamberlain, number 58, knifed through underneath and made the stop on the carry for the Dover Tornadoes. Colbert Byram, number 10.
I don't think Dover's going to waver from their game plan here. I'm sure coaches just want to keep moving the ball, try and move the sticks, keep the ball away from this Big Red offense that has become explosive in the last 2 weeks in their last 2 wins.
4:30 to go, first quarter of play, as Von Kennel looks to throw, steps up in the pocket, delivers the football. It's tipped and caught downfield, and it will go as a completion and a first down on the reception for Dover, number 5.
The old offensive tip drill.
Zach Ring, number 5, as he is a reserve defensive back and receiver. And Zach Ring uses the tip drill to come up with a first down inside the 40-yard line.
Heads up football, play action pass. Looking for the tight end on the drag across the middle. Defender and receiver went up same time. Dover heads up football, first down. Take them any way you can, move the football.
Hand off Morris, cuts it back
Good
inside
cut.
into the secondary, looking for a block, and he's down inside the 25-yard line to about the 23.
Outstanding run here off tackle right, going against the grain on the cutback. Big pickup, first down again. Dover on the move.
Dover trying to respond to a long touchdown pass from Steubenville Big Red. Derek Jeter making the touchdown reception, and it makes it 7-0 after the extra point. But Dover marching right down the field. We got a nice return on the kickoff from Morris, and then the tip pass to Zach Ring, and now Morris again inside the 25 down about the 23-yard line, and they have it 1st and 10 with 4:05 to go in the quarter.
Calling the winning ticket for the game ball immediately following this play to red ticket for the game ball. Following that, we will call the booth winner also.
I think we had an equipment fix right there for big Jamel Chamberlain. A little chin strap. Dover staying. See if they shift out of this or if they go with it.
Schumacher in the slot, Ring, and now Schumacher goes in motion to the far side. Handoff, Byram, straight ahead for a couple. Ryan Costantini on the stop for Big Red, the linebacker number 52. Chuck Johnson also in on the tackle.
Steve Phipps and Chuck Johnson defensively for the Big Red.
See Dover pulling the right side. Guard, a little kick out on the end. Trying to fight off Phibbs. Tough 2 yards there.
2nd down and 8. Zach Ring split to the far side now. Schumacher in the stacked eye. He'll break that and go in motion, set up a slot now as we take a look at Von Kennel with some time to throw. Has a man in the corner, and it's incomplete. On the defense there, Anthony Smith, number 12, the intended receiver for Dover, Travis McClellan, and he has the ball sail over his hand, and it is incomplete, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
See here a little misdirection. Rolling out here, one receiver pattern, tight end on the near side, running a flag. Anthony Smith right there. Good ball, good football play, good effort.
3:05 to go in the first quarter of play. 3rd and 8 from the 20 for the Tornadoes. Morris on the handoff, looks to cut back again. That gave him a big gain earlier in the drive, but this time Big Red was ready for it, and they make the stop after short gain and bring up 4th and about 7. And an interesting situation now for Dover. Do you go for the first down, you kick a field goal? What do you do if you're Coach If?
Well, if it's me, if I feel that I have a good soccer kicker or a good place kicker, I'm going to kick the 3 to make sure I get out of here with something, but I'm not really aware of their place kicking abilities.
4th and 6 from the 18 for Dover, trying to keep the drive alive. Morris
Inside reverse, there it is.
Schumacher into the secondary, will have the first down inside the 10-yard line. 1st and goal to go
Nice
for the
call.
Tornadoes.
Excellent call by the Dover Tornado offensive staff here. Inside handoff on the reverse to Schumacher. Big first down, 1st and goal. Sealed Big Red there. Robert Fithen couldn't get off the block. Good blocks on the perimeter. Good block downfield. You're in trouble when your secondary's making tackles. 1st and goal on the 8, right smack in the middle of the field. Unbalanced line right.
Morris on the handoff, up into the linebackers and across the 5-yard line to about the 4. They'll spot it at the 5. 2nd and goal from the 5-yard line with inside of 2 minutes to go in the first quarter of play.
Bill, I want to make sure I send my best out to Paul Powell, former Big Red 1960 player. Hasn't been feeling well. He's on his road to recovery here, and want to wish him well. Him and his lovely wife Mickey and all their kids and their extended family. Go get him, Potamus.
Handoff inside the fullback. Touchdown, Tornadoes.
Johnson, big bruising run right through the middle of the Big Red defense. Ran over somebody on the Big Red side of the ball. Impressive run there. 8 yards to pay dirt. Touchdown.
Chris Johnston of the Dover Tornadoes makes it 7-6. We take a look at it. Coach Johnston, just good power running here.
This is the way you respond offensively to a touchdown. Excellent surge by the offensive line. Wasn't touched until he was in the 1 or 2 yard line. Couldn't do nothing there. Good hard run. Impressive drive by Dover.
Jeremy Compton. Kick is up and it is good. We will take a timeout. We have started the game of the week, and so far it has been a dandy. 7-7 ball game with 1:22 to go in the quarter. 7-7, Dover and Big Red. I don't know what it is, Coach. I get around you, I can't speak.
It's that Steubenville. You get that Steubenville slang in you.
Okay. Kickoff comes down to the 10-yard line for Big Red. Petaway on his feet, spins, and he's out to the 30-yard line. And it'll be 1st and 10 there for Steubenville Big Red. Last time they touched the football, they went for a touchdown. Derek Jeter on a long reception for the TD from Ryan Lucas. And right now we're all tied up at 7 apiece. Big Red trying to get back in the end zone here before the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, no question. We talked about it before the game. Both offenses here have the ability to score. And both have showed that. Let's see if the rest of the game pans out like this first quarter. There's Dover in their 50 angle defense here. Let's see which way their defensive line's moving.
Hand off to West in the backfield. Dives ahead to about the 35-yard line.
Big penetration by Dover's defensive line coming off the ball. Carlton slipped a tackle in the secondary.
JT Lauber on the stop.
Got upfield for 4. There's Coach Suckoch. There he is, and his assistant defensive line coach, Paul Filtz.
2nd down and 7 for Big Red at the 33. Handoff to West. Has some blockers out front. Steps through and gets out to about the 45-yard line. JT Lauber, number 66, on another tackle.
Well, I tell you, Bill, last 2 years I've been working these games. You get a chance to watch these receivers on the outside on replays. And Big Red's receivers really do the job blocking downfield. You can see Phipps and Jeter here cause a nice lane here for Carlton West to get up through. And that's how you get the extra yardage when your receivers block downfield.
Phipps and Jeter split this time to the far side. 1st and 10 from the 45. Broken play. Lucas is going to make the best of it and just dive ahead for a couple of yards. Didn't panic, looked around, realized no one was there with him, just took it straight up the field. That's the best thing you can do in that situation.
Sure, Lucas was lucky to make a positive out of a negative situation there. A little mix up, and at the end of 1, 7-7. Good football game.
That's the end of the first quarter. We'll take a look at some scores around the valley, and we'll also take a look at the scoreboard here as we take a timeout. WNPQ 95.9 Country, 7-7, Dover and Big Red. Back with more after this. 7-7, Dover and Big Red. Right now, Big Red with it to start the second quarter. 2nd down and 7 from their own 47-yard line. Option with Lucas. Pitches to West, gets a nice block, and he has a 1st down out across the 45 of Dover down to about the 41-yard line before he is corralled by 3 Tornadoes.
Good seal on the left side. Tight end Fithen getting the seal there, allowing Lucas to option the end here, making him bite, getting the pitch. Carlton West having some room to run. Big Red secondary offensive receivers blocking on the secondary downfield. Good 1st down play for Big Red on the move.
Big Red's game plan apparently tonight, Coach, go after the corners of the Dover defense with their speed. And what does that do later in the game? Does that stretch out that middle a little bit?
No question. You could, Expect Big Red to keep him on this, and you see Carlton.
West tries to get outside, but Morris is there. A nice open field tackle for Morris.
Excellent play, closing on the ball carrier here. Beautiful tackle, 5-yard loss. Kevin Morris, strong safety for Dover. You can see both weak side people pulling. Carlton trying to pop outside. Morris more than the challenge there with a tackle. Nice play, playing both sides of the ball here. You got to wonder about both teams' conditioning here, because we're going sideline to sideline with these offenses.
Jeter near side, Phipps far side. Your receivers. 2nd down and 13. Lucas swings it outside to Phipps. Stutter steps, spins, still on his feet across the 40-yard line. Gain of about 6 on the play. It'll leave Big Red long on 3rd down, about 3rd and 8.
Dover had that play defended there real well. I don't know how Stevie got anything out of that, because Dover had a bunch of people there. Ducked and moved, you could see here. Nothing fancy. Quick 3-step drop, get rid of the football. Ran into his own man twice.
3rd and 7 from the 41 for Big Red. Lucas to throw, has time, has West. He's across the 30-yard line, gets a block from Jeter, and he's down to the 20-yard line, 1st and 10 for Big Red.
Well, they saw something there, trying to slow Dover down a little bit. Playing real aggressive defense here. Slipped the tailback in a little waggle pattern over the middle. You see Carlton just slipping through the middle there and curling up. Lucas delivering the football. Nobody around. Derek Jeter does a great job blocking people downfield, I tell you. Senior
Hand off
leader.
to Vinny West, looking for the corner, has the corner and dives close to the 10-yard line, coming through and making a shoestring tackle, number 20, Kevin Morris, who's been all over the field offensively and defensively in the first half for the Dover Tornadoes.
With a nose for the football, Bill, here. Coming up strong from a strong safety position. Slipping right through the Big Red blockers, making a nice play. See Coach Suckart shuffling tailbacks in and out, west and west. Running north and south. You didn't get that, Bill.
I got it.
You got to respond to them type of things, right?
2nd down and 2. Hand off to West, cuts it back, dives for the 5-yard line. He'll have the 1st down, 1st and goal for Steubenville Big Red from the 5-yard line of Dover.
Nice cut back here. Straight handoff, off tackle power. Cut back against the grain here. You don't teach that. Dover defense back against the wall here. Need a big defensive stand here, so Bigger doesn't consistently put points on the board.
West at the tailback position. Vag comes in motion now. Double tight end for Big Red as West tries to get to the corner. Does,
nice
but he's going to be wrapped up and taken out of bounds on the stop. It's John McFadden, number 11 for the Dover Tornadoes. Big stop on 1st down, and actually a loss of about a yard.
Nice play, come up strong, made the play. There was somebody else here. Couldn't get a block on the first guy. McFadden played off the fullback block, and somebody else from the inside, I think it was Schumacher.
We have an official timeout down on the field. Jesse Reneker, number 71, the injured player. He was assisted off the field for Dover. Seth Gintz in the ball game as Big Red fumbles on 2nd down. It's recovered. We have a flag down on the play.
Heads up play by Jamel Chamberlain. Recover that ball. Dover looking to take advantage of a turnover there. Couldn't quite take advantage of it. Jamel fell on it.
We may have a motion
flag.
penalty or an offside. We'll have to wait and see. Looks like
it's
it's going to go against Big Red.
Yep. Blocking below the knees. That's a good rule, too. You got to discourage that. That part of the body just wasn't made to play football, Bill.
I don't think any parts of the body were actually made to play football. I don't think that was the intent. 15-yard penalty for Steubenville Big Red against Big Red. Sets them all the way back to the 21-yard line. Second down and goal from the 21. Phipps to the near side. Jeter to the far side.
Big Red going from the up position on the offensive line.
Lucas to throw, has West. Jeter downfield with a block. West spins, and he is back down to the 5-yard line and maybe even the 4, depending on the spot. On the stop, number 11, John McFadden for the Dover Tornadoes. And it'll bring up third and goal from the 5. So a nice big gain after the penalty for Big Red.
Second time they've run this play to Carlton. Both backs out. Both on waggle situations, and Carlton open 2 times that they've run it for big gainers.
Pass or run here on third and goal.
They're going to throw the ball.
Well, Phipps and Jeter, the receivers on the near side, they line up in a little bit of a slot. Third and 5. Lucas to throw. Lucas looking in the end zone, and it is picked off. Intercepted by the Dover Tornadoes. Now they're saying it's an incomplete pass.
Either way, Dover in a big defensive stand, whether they get it or not. Ill-advised pass there by Lucas. Threw the ball into a crowd.
Looked like Byram threw the ball back to the official. We'll have to wait and see who picked it off. Really couldn't tell in traffic.
Yeah, big traffic here.
And it is Byram, but no, he did drop the football. So a good call from the officials. Back judge saw it as a catch. The side judge had a better angle, came in and made the call. So it'll bring up fourth and goal from the 5, and Big Red will go for it. Johnson and West in the backfield. Jeter and Phipps split to the far side and near side. Lucas to throw. Looks across the middle for West, and he makes a dive and catch. Touchdown, Big Red.
Three times successful on the same play there. Carlton West out of the backfield into the right flat. 2 times big gainers, 1 time touchdown. Putting the running back on the linebacker, that's a mismatch, Bill.
We take another look at it, Coach, and Lucas takes his time, doesn't panic, and delivers a football.
Both backs just sleeping out into the open area. Carlton West, outstanding catch.
Provenzano in to attempt the extra point. 13-7, Big Red on top here with 7:20 to go. Spot down, kick up, and it is right down the middle. So 14-7, Big Red on top with 7:20 to go in the first half. 2 touchdown passes from Ryan Lucas, the difference for Big Red as we take a timeout on the WNPQ 95.9 Country scoreboard. Big Red 14, Dover 7. Coach, the last 3 possessions have resulted in touchdowns. Big Red scored on the pass to Jeter, and then it was Dover coming right back with Johnston scoring the touchdown on the ground, and now Carlton West on the touchdown reception as Johnston gets out across the 33-yard line on the kick return. But 3 touchdowns in a row, and we'll find out if Dover can make it 4 times in a row that the team possessing the ball gets into the end zone.
Well, no question here. Some of these defenses are going to have to stop up and make some big plays here. We talked about it consistently that both offenses do have the ability to score. And let's see if Big Red's defense can respond or if Coach If gets that offense in the end zone again.
Von Kennel at quarterback in the backfield for Dover right now as Eric Warner and Byram, and Warner gets the carry. Number 32.
See Dover's wing T offense is based on misdirection. Hoping that they can get Big Red moving one way or another and get into the secondary fairly quick. Changing up their backfield set here, giving Johnson a blow.
Lester McCoy to the near side. Von Kennel to throw. He is hit as he lets go of it, and it is incomplete. Good coverage downfield. Real good pressure at the line of scrimmage from Steubenville Big Red as Von Kennel really took a pop right on the kisser as he delivered that football.
I know that's Big Red's game plan. Talked to Coach Suckarts today and talked about they wanted to do a little bit of this, putting some pressure on Bobby Von Kennel's son here and the Dover basketball coach. They got up in his face, didn't allow him to step up, but still threw a good ball. Receiver was open momentarily, but Anthony Smith closed fairly well.
3rd and 8 from the 35 for Dover, looking for the first down conversion here. Handoff, Warner won't get there. Coming up quickly, Anthony Smith, number 12, and he hits Warner right in the thigh and takes him down at the 40-yard line. It'll bring on the Dover punting unit for the first time tonight, as it is 4th and about 3 from the Dover 40-yard line. Chris Johnston at the 25-yard line to do the kicking.
This is their first punt, Bill?
First punt of the night. Only the second punt of the evening for both teams. High snap. Johnston gets back and is able to retrieve it and gets off a wobbly kick. Jeter makes the catch and he is hit right away.
Ooh.
And he is going to be flagged for, or he won't be flagged, but the defender will be flagged for not giving the receiver enough room to catch the football. That's McCoy, number 26. Barry McCoy came down and didn't give Jeter enough room to catch the football, and that's what the call will be.
I think Jeter thought that he could catch that on the run and get something going here. Got to give him, I believe, 2 yards to catch the football.
I think it's 3 yards.
3 yards to catch the football, and that's another safety factor. And it might even been the high tackle, Bill.
Well, we'll have to wait and get the call, but it's going to be a big penalty against the Tornadoes. 15 yards, and Big Red will have it 1st and 10 from the 48-yard line of Dover.
Big Red throwing the ball. Ryan Lucas in the groove.
Unsportsmanlike conduct call.
Had to be the high tackle. You don't want to help Big Red's offense here. They're moving the football. Dover still in their 50 with 7 guys in the box.
Jeter on the reverse, has a blocker out in front. Constantini gets the block and down the sideline and down to about the 30 before he is knocked out of bounds. So a big first down gain for Big Red all the way down to the 33-yard line of Dover.
Big Red mixing it up here. You got a halfback, a wide receiver, and Derek Jeter. He can run the football. You got to give him his opportunities here. Had Dover defense sealed on the perimeter. Couldn't get a block downfield there. Might have got more.
Jeter this time split to the far side, Phipps to the near side, I formation in the backfield, handoff, first man through, that's Johnson. He's good for about 4, and he'll bring up 2nd down and 6 for Big Red as the clock inside of 5:35 now in the first half of play.
I believe Big Red's offense here, giving the ball to Chucky here just to try and keep the defense honest. I'm sure Dover's looking to defend the perimeter and get another running back in there, Anthony Smith. That's 3 tailbacks that Big Red's used this evening.
Jeff Vag now in the ball game. He splits to the far side with Jeter. Phipps near side. Smith alone back in the backfield. 2nd down and 6. And it's Smith looking to get outside. Does. He won't have enough for the first down. Making the stop. That's Johnston, number 43, as he came across from his linebacker position. It'll bring up 3rd and short for Big Red. Nice gain for Big Red. But I'll tell you what, Johnston, like Morris, has been all over the field tonight.
Excellent linebacker play right here. Right down the line. Closing hole after hole. Making a read. Great pursuit down the line of scrimmage. Collision at the ball.
3rd and 1 for Big Red.
Big Red offensive line, tight splits inside to Johnson.
Johnson, and he may have it as he dives across the line of scrimmage. And they will indeed give him enough for the first down. So it'll be 1st and 10 from about the 21-yard line of Dover for Big Red. And right now, the Big Red offense is on a roll. The only time they've had to kick the ball is the first possession of the game.
No question about this. I think in the last 2 weeks, Big Red was able to pick up 2 wins and gain some confidence. And got a lot of faith now in the young offensive line coming around and Ryan Lucas throwing the football.
Vinny West looking to get outside. We have a flag, and it hits Phipps right in the face mask. We'll have to wait and see who it goes against, but it will probably be against Big Red for a hold or an illegal block downfield.
Yeah, I think we got a hold on the perimeter here with what you're going to get occasionally, receivers in the stock block position, getting their arms up, trying to fend the defensive man off, and you could probably make that call anytime you want. Big Red consistently running in the tailbacks, making Dover defend from sideline to sideline. I think Big Red's had 2 or 3, maybe even 4 major penalties here, Bill, of the 15-yard variety. Dan Ift, third year at Dover, as an assistant in Austintown Fitch up there in that crazy Steel Valley Conference where everybody just beats each other up. I was talking to him about that before the game.
Well, while we take a look at Coach Diff, the winners in education. Right now, Steubenville Big Red with 4:06 to go in the first half of play, Coach. 1st and 15 after the penalty at the 27-yard line. They lead at 14-7, 4:06 on the clock. And I want to remind everybody, coming up at halftime, it's the Battle of the Band, Steubenville Big Red Band and the Dover Tornado Marching Band. All that coming up at the half.
Big Red out on the line, no huddle. Had the play called.
Lucas to throw, steps up down the middle, has a tight end, and the reception inside the 10. It's a first down for Big Red on the catch. It's Fiffin, number 42 for Big Red, and a nice pass from Ryan Lucas.
Oh, right on the money, 4 receivers out. Reading the safety on this play. See the tight end left here, right down the middle, had 2 receivers right. Got the safety over to the other side of the field, hit the tight end down the middle.
Colbert Byram on the tackle for the Dover Tornadoes. 1st and goal from the 9-yard line for Big Red. Hand off West at the 5, bounces off a tackle, touchdown Big Red.
Nice run, stepped through a tackle into the end zone.
Carlton West getting the job done offensively tonight for Steubenville Big Red as we take a look at him here, bouncing off the tackles and getting into the end zone.
Big Red's offensive line really improving. They're young, but they're led by senior Ryan Constantini, and they're taking over this football game here, Bill.
Big Jamel Chamberlain with a nice block to
Big
open up the hole.
Yes, he has. He's worked hard to get himself into shape, play football, and he's doing a heck of a job. I know Coach Piro is really high on Jamel offensively and defensively.
Provenzano hits the extra point, 21-7 our score. Big Red on top with 3:42 to go in the first half of play. Big Red on top 21-0, and in their last 3 possessions they have 3 touchdowns. And the Dover Tornadoes have to wonder what we have to do to stop that offense, but right now their offense is to kick it in again and get something going offensively and keep the offensive unit from Big Red off the 9.
Halftime coming up, Bill. You know Big Red always has a lot of food in the press box, and you can see Bobby Rush moving over by the food, making sure he gets first dibs on it.
Well, right now the Dover Tornadoes are trying to get some lunch in the end zone of Big Red, and a good return by Johnston, the fullback and linebacker, has been all over the field for the Tornadoes tonight, and he is out to about the 39-yard line with 3:35 to go in the first half of play. That's where Dover will take over, and Dover really has a challenge now, down 2 touchdowns with 3:35 on the clock.
Johnson, the workhorse of this football team here, offense, defense, and special teams. Dover's got to get on the board here before the half, and they give it to their bread and butter.
Johnston out across the 45 to about the 46-yard line, and we have an injured Dover Tornado lineman down on the field, but he's going to get up and try to walk it off. It's number 58 for Dover, Bill Ball. Looks like he's cramping up a little bit.
Either that or he got stepped on. He's trying to walk it off. Tough kid, wants to stay in the football game, knowing that his offense got to get something going here. I don't think they want to vary too much from their game plan, but they definitely want to get in the end zone here. Stack guy, shift into the wing T.
Hand off to Morris. Gets outside, slips, and he may be just a little short of the first down. It'll bring him 3rd and about 1. Like Anthony Smith came up from his defensive backfield position to make the stop.
Moore's good running back here. You can see he has a tendency to make people miss. Give him a leg and take it away. He had nothing there, and he ended up gaining 3.
Coach, smells like pizza in the press box.
Are you hungry?
Well, if that pizza smell doesn't go away, I'm going to get hungry. But we have a rule in the booth, no eating. Unless we're in a commercial break.
Very true.
Johnston on the handoff. It'll be close depending on the spot.
Not going to give it to him. You're already signaling 4th down, and I'm sure Coach If's going to go for this.
A lot of time left on the clock, 2:04. You're at midfield. If you don't make it, Big Red gets the football inside your own 50.
Still got to go. You got to go for points here.
Timeout down on the field, called by the official. They have an equipment timeout. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back with more on the scoreboard. 21-7, WNPQ 95.9 Country. Back with more after this. 1 with 1:45 to go. Big Red on top, 21-7. First half of play. Dover going to go for it on 4th down. Handoff. Johnston, and I don't know. They'll have to wait on the spot from the official. I think he may have it from the spot.
First down. First down.
What are you trying out for the NFL?
What's that guy? What's his name? Cashin?
Red Cash.
Red Cash.
How's he say it?
First down.
Oh, well, that was a big first down for the Dover Tornadoes. If they don't make it, Big Red gets the ball inside their 50, but they make it, keep the drive alive with 1:35 to go in the ball game. And I know last year one of the pet peeves for head coach Reno Suckosh was the fact that Big Red gave up a lot of points late in the half and late in at the end of the ball game, right before the games and halves would wind down. Right now they're trying to keep Dover out of the end zone, and Dover completes a big pass. Johnston, ball's on the ground, recovers it at the 39 of Big Red. Big play for Dover and almost a big mistake inside the 40, but it goes as a first down with 1:13 to go in the half.
Well, you can see how Dover relies on Johnston to carry the mail for him, whether he's running it or get a little back out of the backfield to catch the ball.
Nice play by Von Kennel to step through that tackle from Jeter and deliver the pass. Really, Schumacher really knocked it out. He ran into his own player. Johnson put it on the ground, but able to recover. 1st and 10. Handoff
wraparound. The wraparound.
Ball's on the ground again. And Johnson makes the recovery at the 35-yard line. Clock continues to move inside of a minute, down to 50 seconds now.
That just got to be caused, I believe, Bill, by him sweating probably. That ball is just popping out of there. He's not getting hit.
Give him a towel off, and a timeout now called by Dover.
The old wraparound, he did get hit. His right arm pulled away from it a little bit. Heads up both times, a fall on his own fumble.
How important is it, Coach, with 39 seconds, though, if Dover can get in? Obviously, on the scoreboard, it cuts it to a touchdown. 39 seconds to go, 21-7. Dover trailing as they control the football at the 35-yard line of Big Red. Von Kennel, time to pass, looking for the end zone, double coverage, and it is knocked away, but a flag on the play, and it should go against Big Red, and it'll benefit the Dover Tornadoes on the
It's going to be 15 yards from the line of scrimmage. Going to be first down. Give Dover another set of downs here to get the ball in the end zone here. Have one receiver out, double coverage.
Herb Lester, the intended receiver, number 25.
Von Kennel sets up nice, steps up, throws the long ball. Referee right on the play, makes the call. You get some, and some you don't get. There's my, oh, look at my baby doll. There's my baby. With her cousin Maria and Shannon.
1st and 10. And knocked down on the screen pass. And they had everybody in the backfield, did Von Kennel, as he had a whole defensive line in. But the screen pass knocked down by Big Red. And if it's not knocked down, that could go for big yards, because everybody was in it. Jared Sapolnik, number 66, levitated and knocked it down.
It's my sport. Good pressure here by Big Red. Phipps first. Zapolnik right there, making the play. Dover still got some cracks at it, though. 3 downs here. One of them got to go to the end zone. Got to throw it to the end zone at least once.
Lester and Schumacher. Von Kennel looking to throw. A little pump fake. Keeps it on the ground, and it is down to 20 seconds as he stopped at about the 14-yard line. No timeouts left for
They got to spike
Dover as Von Kennel goes to the line of scrimmage on 3rd down, and he'll throw a quick out to Lester, and he is going to be stopped short of the 1st down. Now that brings up 4th down. Clock running inside of 5 seconds. That is it for the half, so Dover can't get it in, and Dan Iff, the head coach of Dover, telling his quarterback he should have spiked the football as they head to the locker room. But the Dover Tornadoes had the drive going, but they are turned away with 1 touchdown up on the board. 21-7, Big Red on top.
Try and get a score on the board here and move these sticks. Got a miscue there. There's a center.
Someone snapped the ball either too early or the quarterback forgot one.
It was in the middle of their shift when the ball was snapped, so definitely the quarterback wasn't expecting that. Just a unfortunate situation there for the offensive center. And
not the way you want to start the second half.
Definitely. But I'm sure Dover coaching staff just tried to keep their cool at halftime, try and regroup their team and get a good offensive possession here and make some adjustments on the perimeter defensively.
Big Red will decline the penalty. It'll be 2nd down and 9. So head coach Reno Suckosh opting to go for the down rather than the distance.
Well,
some confidence in his defense.
Big Red defense been playing well all year. This was a year where coming into the season, a lot of questions with the offense, but they felt real good about the defense.
Morris on the carry on 2nd down. Good gain from Morris. He's out across the 40. Anthony Smith on the tackle. 3rd down and about 3.
Morris picking up good yardage here. If we get a replay here, Dover's offensive left side, you get the guard pulling here on a kick out. Morris just getting up inside of him and getting his shoulders upfield. Good positive yardage. 3rd and short.
Shift in the backfield again. Hand off Johnston, and he will spin ahead, and it looks like he has the 1st down at the 45-yard line before he is pushed back. Anthony Smith coming in and shoving him back. Ryan Constantini on the bottom of the pile for Big Red, but it'll be a 1st down for the Dover Tornadoes as the clock moves to 11 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter of play. Checking into the ball game for Steubenville Big Red, number 60.
Gerald Myra Smith.
Myra Smith.
Good offensive recovery by Dover after the 1st and 15 situation. 1st down now, 1st and 10, Morris.
Morris on the carry again. Jeter comes across and makes the stop at the 49-yard line. Gain of 4 on the play. 2nd down and 6.
Derek Jeter, senior safety, delivering a big hit there on Morris, but not until Morris picks up 5. See Dover playing ball control, pulling both guards, getting a kick out on the linebacker. Morris, another nice run. Derek Smith closing hard. 2nd and 5. Good situation for Dover here to stay in their ball control misdirection offense. Shifting to the wing T. Unbalanced line.
Von Kennel, hands off. Johnston into the secondary. Ball's on the ground. It's loose, and who's got it? Big Red says they do. What do the officials say?
Gerald Myra Smith
Big
just
Red
coming
football.
into the game.
Myra Smith on the recovery. A late call from the officials. They really waited to see who was on the bottom of that pile, but Myra Smith on the recovery. Johnson popped into the secondary, but that's the 3rd time he's put the ball on the ground.
See if we get a replay here. Here we go. Right on top our staff is. See if somebody stripped him or if it popped out.
Derek Jeter. Looks like he popped
Derek
the
Jeter on the smack. Jeet playing a big game here defensively for Big Red. Gerald Myra coming up with the defensive recovery.
21-7, Big Red takes over at their own 44-yard line with a 14-point lead, and Lucas looking to throw. Swings it out to Jeter. He comes back inside and will have a 1st down across the 45. The ball's on the ground again. They will rule Jeter down by contact.
See Big Red's offensive scheme here continuing in the second half, spreading Dover out, throwing what they got. Dover secondary playing a little bit soft here on the outside. Jeter just hooking up at 5 yards and then getting them all important runs after catch yardage. Yardage after catch.
Yardage is catch, catch after yardage, same thing. First and 10, 9:44 to go in the third quarter. Handoff, Carlton West, first carry of the second half. He's ahead for maybe a yard. Bottom of the pile, Schumacher, number 88. And speaking of West in the first half, he was busy. Leading ball carrier for Steubenville Big Red, 9 carries, 64 yards. Big Red, 22 carries in the first half for 139 yards overall. 7 of 8 for 106, 2 TDs. Ryan Lucas passing.
One back offense again. Trips this way, left. Anthony Smith, the lone setback.
Quick little look to West, puts it on the ground, and that may be a fumble, backward lateral, and it is Dover Tornado football as the backward lateral is fumbled by Carlton West. It'll be first and 10 for the Dover Tornadoes at their own 47-yard line.
Becker on the recovery, I believe, number 47. Was in on the tackle previously with Schumacher and just recovered a fumble. 2 big plays. Dover, see if they can capitalize on the Big Red miscue here. Both teams giving the ball up on their first possession.
And off to Morris. Gets the corner, and coming up quickly, Jeff Bagg, who puts the wood to Morris after a gain of about 7 yards. Good pickup on first down. Second along 3, we'll call it 4.
Not sure if Big Red defense is happy right here in the second half. Their secondary is making a lot of tackles, and that's not something that you want to happen.
Well, this shift with all of the backs and the receivers really seems to be bothering the Big Red defense. They can't get set until the last moment as all of the backs and receivers are behind the quarterback. Handoff, Byram gets out to the 45 of Big Red. Pickup of about 1/3 and short.
Hominich on the tackle for the Big Red. Good penetration here by the senior defensive end. Short yardage. Big Red in their 40 defense. See if they move their linebackers up a little bit here on 3rd and short.
Hand off Morris. Looks for the corner, gets it, and has the first down. Anthony Smith on the tackle for Big Red. Dover inside the Big Red 40-yard line down to the 38 with 7:35 to go in the third quarter of play.
Dover moving the sticks. They got something going here offensively. And they're going well against Big Red's defensive right side.
Von Kennel to Morris in the backfield again. Nice running room as he cuts through and gets into the secondary again, and he's close to first down yardage again. So right now, the shift is bothering Big Red enough, Coach, where they're not comfortable, and Morris is able to pick his holes as he comes up to the line of scrimmage.
No question here. I think you can see all the movement, lending a little bit of uncertainty to Big Red's defense here. Big Red gets good penetration, but Morris running the daylight. Nice job. Nice run.
The biggest thing is that Big Red can't attack the football. They're almost back on their heels waiting to see what Dover comes up with, and a good move on the coaching staff part for Dover. Byram, he may have enough for the first down to about the 26-yard line. So the Tornadoes with a nice drive here on their second possession of the second half of play. They trail at 21-7. Tornadoes trying to come back and put another score on the board. First and 10.
I think you made a good point there, Bill, last time saying, I'm surprised you made a good point, but you did. But,
it's just from hanging around with you.
I agree. The fact that
you rub off on everybody.
Big Red is back on their heels there, and they play an aggressive downhill defense, they call it, with their linebackers.
Byram inside on a little reverse. He spins ahead, still on his feet, and he'll be close to another first down. Ball's on the ground. Well, was he whistled down by contact? Indeed he was, and it'll be Dover first down, or close to it, inside the Big Red 20.
Second and short, giving them an opportunity here maybe to throw one into the end zone. I've got Big Red moving around defensively. Maybe might be time to sneak that tight end over there to the flag. Impressive drive here for Dover after the Big Red turnover.
Shift is on. Johnston and Morris in the backfield. And it's Morris on the carry. Cuts back against the grain at the 5, and he is in. Touchdown, Dover.
What a run. Beautiful run. Nice cutback. Stepped through a couple tackles. Poor tackling on the part of Big Red in the last two defensive plays here, and Dover's on the board. Got a football game going now. And the Dover faithful up, letting them know. Dover's both their guards coming in. Little kick out here. Morris cutting back against the grain. Ran through 2 tackles there, 3, and into the end zone. Impressive run, impressive drive. No quitting the Tornadoes.
Extra point up, and it is good. So the Dover Tornadoes cut it to a 1-touchdown game. 21-14 on the scoreboard.
Big Joel Banks down in the truck. Junior at Steubenville High School.
Kickoff comes down and is bobbled, but Petaway picks it up, and he heads to the sideline, but he is taken down at the 15-yard line.
Well, tentative run back there, and Dover specialty teams closed on it.
Byram with the tackle. They can really play some field position here in the third quarter.
No question. Dover football team here making a statement, trying to take charge of this game here. Fought back within the touchdown here. First play was a bad pass by Lucas. They got him 2nd and long, and Dover needs a hold here to put him in the 3rd and long. 50 base defense. They got the angle down to the field.
Option to West. Gets around the corner. Beats Johnston to it. And he's almost in to the 40-yard line area, but he steps out of bounds at the 34. But a big first down for Big Red, keeping the drive alive. A nice option. And they have had that working all night long. The corners just can't seem. The defensive ends and linebackers can't seem to stop West on the corner.
Good surge by the Big Red offensive line. Lucas running free on the option. Tried to draw the Morris and Johnson in, and then Carlton just flat out speed to the corner. One step away from going all the way.
Nice athleticism on a part of one of the Dover Tornado coaches, jumping up out of the way on the far side. West on the handoff again, up the middle, lots of running room, and Byram another shoestring tackle, but not after first down from West and Big Red.
Boy, Morris for Dover and Carlton West for Big Red, both tailbacks looking to assert themselves offensively this evening. Both doing a fine job running the football.
Carlton West will get a break. Vinny West checking back into the ball game. He wears number 20. Carlton heads to the sideline to a nice ovation as he picks up back-to-back first downs on the ground for Big Red. Phipps and Jeter to the near side, handoff Vinny West. Bounces it outside, gets a block, and almost gets a corner, but Byram there again.
So this Byram's made 2 outstanding plays. Carlton on the option on the outside, and Vinny West this way, both times from the secondary, save big gainers.
Colbert Byram, number 10. Nice play defensively here as he cuts down West at the corner.
Nice inside-outside move by West, but to no avail. Colbert was there.
Big Red picks up 7 on first down. 2nd and 3 at the 48 of Dover. Long count at the line of scrimmage. Handoff straight ahead. Good second effort from Anthony Smith, but not enough to really pick up any substantial yardage as Dover Tornadoes right there to greet him at the line of scrimmage. And it looked like Ryan Lucas had a little bit of a problem with the snap.
3rd and short here. I believe Big Red's in 4-down territory as far as they're concerned. If they don't get it here, I think you got to look for them to go for it.
Throw or run?
Run the ball with Chucky Johnson, I'm sure.
Third and 1 from the 46. Clock at 3:35 in the 3rd. Big Red up a touchdown over Dover. Hand off Vinny West. He'll have enough for the first down and struggles ahead close to the 42. It should be enough for the first down and keep the drive alive for Big Red.
Good second effort by the sophomore tailback. Luke Suckart's running in tailbacks all night. West, and Smith behind the fullback Chuck Johnson. Carlton back in the game now. See, good surge by the offensive line. Good block on the perimeter by Jeter. Vinny just getting his shoulders upfield, leaning forward. First down.
Lucas to throw, swings it outside to Phipps. He's hit right away at about the 35-yard line. Ball will be spotted back at the 37. Bottom of the pile for the Dover Tornadoes, John McFadden, number 11.
Good first down play here when you get the corners playing off. It's having your receivers just hook up. Big Red going from the up position here. I haven't seen that this year. Stevie Phipps, one of the top receivers in the Ohio Valleys, statistically.
Jeter, Vag, and Phipps, your receivers on second down. Handoff Carlton West straight ahead. He's close to the 35-yard line. Pickup of about 3.
Nothing going there. Dover defense up to the challenge. 3 guys in the hole closing it down. Rob Becker with a big fumble recovery early, leading to the Dover score.
3rd and 3. Ball on the 36-yard line of Dover. Big Red on top, 21-14. WTOV 9. Game of the week. Vinny West checking in for Carlton West. Vag out of the ball game. Johnson, the fullback. Vinny West, the tailback for Big Red on 3rd and 3 from the 36. Hand off Vinny West. And he should have enough for the first down.
These yards aren't coming easy. Dover defense playing monstrous right now. Got some wars in the trenches going on here. Something you know all about, Bill. When would you play guard?
No. Come on. Got to throw the football.
You weren't a skilled position, were you?
Yeah, it's as scary as that sounds.
Wow. You drop back or scramble?
Depending on what the defense was doing on that particular play. You know how that goes.
He was all for Bill Phillips, man.
And off to West. He looks for the corner again. Cuts it back and has about 7 on first down. Johnston on the stop along with Byram. Morris in on the play as well.
Big Red responding on the ground
Becker
here. Mixing in the pass, short passes. But this drive's been mostly on the ground. Coming back, eating up time. Responding to Dover's time-consuming drive.
We ran the wing T, so a lot of boots. A lot of boots in that passing offense. Then senior year, we went to the drop back, which was nice. But I like the boots, too, because you had that option to run.
But you didn't take it.
If the man's open, you got to throw it down. And off to West. Steps through a tackle at the line of scrimmage. Stepped right through a tackle from Rob Becker, and that allowed him to get into the secondary for first down inside the 20-yard line. And this drive, Coach, not only impressive in terms of chewing up the yards, but it's also chewing up the clock here in the 3rd quarter.
No question. These football teams are just going after each other all night. Bang, bang. Smash mouth football right here.
Nice block up front by big number 66, Zapolnik, Jared Zapolnik, as he drove his man 5 yards down away from the line of scrimmage, and that allowed West to get into the secondary. Chuck Johnson on first down for about 4. And that should be the end of the 3rd quarter of play. So Dover puts a touchdown on the board to cut it to a 7-point Big Red lead, but Big Red responding and right now looking to put in a touchdown of their own as we get ready for the 4th quarter play. We check the WNPQ 95.9 country scoreboard. 21-14, Big Red on top of Dover. Back with the final quarter of play after this. Grade graduate from, I think it was 1925, Pumpkinhead Wilson.
Easy, the big Pumpkinhead. Tana's doing too good, man. Don't go down to her no more. I'm not going to have a job.
Carlton West gets to the corner, steps out of bounds at about the 3-yard line. It looked like McCoy, number 25. Check that, Herb Lester, number 25, in on the play along with McCoy, number 26 for Dover, forcing him out of bounds. But that is 1st and goal for Steubenville Big Red. And Coach, I'll tell you what, I am looking for a replacement for you all the time. So if Tana continues to do well, get her name on a contract to come up here, we'll put you up on top of the press box.
Hey, everybody's replaceable, Bill, that's for sure.
That's true. That is true. Handoff, fullback, Johnson, touchdown, Big Red.
That's the way you respond right there. Big Red back with a 2-touchdown lead. Impressive drive. I know Reno's got to be happy with that.
Take a look at it from field level.
Good offensive surge. Untouched into the end zone. Impressive drive by Steubenville High School.
Provenzano on to attempt the extra point. And the bad snap, and Vane is smothered as he tried to get the ball down on the tee. No chance on the extra point. We'll have to wait and see if that becomes a factor later in the game with a 27-14. Dover will get the football back with 11:51 to go in the ball game. The last time they held it, they came up with a touchdown. We'll find out if they can do it again after we take this timeout. We take a look at the score right now in the fourth quarter. 27-14 on the WNPQ 95.9 Country scoreboard. Back with more after this.
Great. So, how was your experience on the WTOV9 Summer of Fun commercial?
And on first down for the Dover Tornadoes, Morris on the carry. He picks up 7 yards. Will bring up second down and 3 at the Big Red 42-yard line with 11:16 to go in the ball game. Timeout down on the field. Looks like Fred Hetherington, assistant coach for Steubenville Big Red, into the defensive huddle to talk things over offensively on the other side of the field. Dan If, the head coach for Dover Tornadoes, talking with his offensive unit. And if you are Dover, coach, down 2 scores on 2nd and 3, you're looking to take a shot at the end zone.
One out of these 2 plays, we got to take a shot at the end zone, or minimum pick up a first down, keep things going.
We'll take a timeout. We'll come back and see what happens right after this. And welcome back to the WTOV9 High School Football Game of the Week. I want to remind everybody, coming up at the end of the game, we'll have our Red Donnelly Scholarship Award winners, players of the game, as Johnston, one of the candidates for Dover, carries across the 40-yard line. He'll be close to first down yardage. I think he may have it. And indeed, he does. First down for the Tornadoes inside the 40-yard line of Big Red.
Boy, both teams offensively just going after each other, moving the football here. Dover gets his ball in the end zone with all the time left. We got a football game on our hands. Fourth quarter, this is when games are decided right here.
Dover continues to work out of the shift with 5 players in the backfield, and they give to Morris. Carlton West comes up from his defensive backfield position and makes the stop at the 35-yard line. Good gain on first down. And it looks like what Dover wants to do, coach, is they're going to stay in their game plan. They're going to run the football, try and get a score here, as you mentioned, with a good portion of time left in the fourth quarter, and then try and get a defensive stop to get the football back.
No question. They're 1 possession away from tying the football game if they score. This is a crucial drive here for Dover. They got to get points on the board.
Handoff, Johnston, fullback, out to the corner. He's still on his feet. Some blockers ahead, and he's inside the 15-yard line. Falls on the ground. Dover recovers inside the 10. First and goal to go for the Tornadoes.
Boy, Johnson, hard as he runs, that's when fumbles occur on second effort. And Coach If got to be having fits over there. Hold on to the ball, big fella.
He looks like he might be out of gas, and that can become a problem, too.
Boy, there's no question about that. Big, hard run-ups. Big John Riggins-type football player getting upfield. And his head down, we should say, what's the fullback's name from Tampa Bay now?
Allstott.
There you go, from Purdue, I believe. Big run, but this young fella's playing offense, defense, and special teams. He may be tired.
Handoff, Morris looking for the corner. Cuts it back at the 5-yard line down to about the 3. Dover knocking on the door again.
Boy, this Morris is a slashy runner. Boy, he has the ability to make people miss.
Ryan Constantine on the track. Finishing up the scores, Wheeling Park 37, Fairmont.
Big Red's defense back up against the wall here. Dover knocking on the door.
7-7 in the third of the finger.
We're going to shift it or wing T.
Byram in the backfield. Handoff goes to Byram, and he is stopped on second down. Maybe a half a yard on second down.
Short yardage off the right side.
Two
Inside
tries
the
to get 2
2-yard
yards. 2 tries to get 2 yards here.
You don't think they'll kick on 4th down?
No. Clock running at 8:56.
Byram checks out of the ball game. Back in is Morris, number 20.
Unbalanced. And they run right to it.
Hand off Morris, and he is stopped. No gain, maybe
down.
lost a half a yard.
Big Red defense surging big here. 4th and goal at the 2.
Jeff Vag coming up and making the stop for Steubenville Big Red. No gain on the play. 4th and goal from the 2. Ball on the 2-yard line with 8:10 to go. Fourth and 2, ball on the 2-yard line.
Look for Morris.
Could be the play of the ball game right here for the Tornadoes. Von Kennel
Gonna throw it.
rolls, looking to throw
Wide
back. It's a
open.
man wide open. That's Ireland. Touchdown, Dover.
Excellent call. Excellent call by the Dover coaching staff. Misdirection right. Drug that tight end across the middle. Bingo. Wide open.
Matt Ireland on the reception. Big
There you
number
go.
46.
Everything going right. Nice little throwback to the tight end coming across the middle all alone. Excellent offensive play calling by the Dover Tornadoes.
He looked it right into his hand. Sometimes the toughest pass to catch. Snap down, kick up, and it is good. So Dover cuts it to a 6-point ball game as Big Red leads it 27-21 with 7:45 to go here at Harding Stadium in Steubenville. We're going to take a timeout on the WNPQ 95.9 Country scoreboard. 27-21. Big Red on top of Dover in the 4th quarter. Back with more after this. Now the Dover Tornado cheerleaders, they have made their prediction. The Tornadoes are going to come back and win this one. And right now, to do that, they would love to get a turnover with 7:40 to go in the ballgame. We have a timeout down in the field, an injured Dover Tornado. 27-21, Big Red on top, 7:40 left in the ballgame.
Sideline reporting making Big Tim McCoy work for a living down there.
At 30 on Sunday as we take a look at the Big Red offensive huddle as they get ready on the sideline. 7:40 to go, 27-21. Coach, for Big Red to hold on and win this game, what do they have to do? And for Dover, what do they have to do?
Big Red definitely have to move the chains here and eat up as much clock as they can. Minimum get a field goal here, try and put the game out of reach. Dover, of course, is going to have to hold and then get the ball into the end zone. Simple as that. They need a defensive stand, and they're capable of doing it. Their defense has come alive here.
Carlton West alone back in the backfield. Vag, Jeter, and Phipps your receivers. West cuts up the middle, bounces to the outside, has some running room. If he gets past Byram, he could go. Byram with a saving tackle at midfield as West is out to the 41-yard line.
3 times Byron has saved the day for Dover, in my opinion, on breakouts by Carlton West. Really impressed with Big Red's offensive line here. They've really come around in the last 2 weeks. You got to give Coach Filtz and Reno and the offensive staff a lot of credit for bringing these kids along. And West just running the daylight on the cutback, out and out speed.
Byram gave him the karate chop and took him down at the 43-yard line. West getting a little bit of a blow on the sideline, and they will go with a 3-receiver look. Vag, Jeter, and Phipps. Big fullback in the backfield all by himself. Chuck Johnson, number 41. Lucas, pump fake down the sideline for Phipps, and he drops the football. We may have a flag on the play, and I think it may be defensive pass interference on Dover as they tried to hold up Phipps at the 30-yard line.
The DB did all he could do there. You know, you got to take that penalty because he bit on the hitch that they've been running all night. You can see Lucas selling it on a nice pump fake. They've been setting that up, and the DB knew he was beat, so he just grabbed Stevie Phipps, but Phipps dropped the football. Ooh, I can relate to that.
You were never in the game to drop the football,
I can.
Coach.
Well, you know, I dropped a pass up in East Liverpool one time, and never let me forget it. Yes,
Is that
I
your
did.
Crusader moment?
Yes, I did. That was they're going to do that the 9th week of the season, the Crusader moment in time.
Handoff, Carlton West. Coming through quickly, big number 58, Bill Ball for the Dover Tornadoes, making the stop after a short gain, if any. No gain on the play. Officially, they're going to leave it at 10 yards, so no gain. Ball doing the job defensively on the line of scrimmage on first down. And I'll tell you what, you may want to go right back to Phipps. Give him the confidence. Let him know that you still have the confidence in him on one-on-one on the side.
Just throw that hitch to him again.
Lucas down the line.
Left.
He's going to keep, tries to cut back and does, but not for much. Byram all over the place. And I'll tell you what, Colbert Byram has been outstanding tonight all over the field defensively. As you mentioned, has made probably 3 touchdown saving tackles, and there came right up out of his safety position and made the stop on Lucas as he tried to cut back.
Yeah, Dover defense here swarming to the football right down the line of scrimmage, closing this option off. Big Red didn't get no movement on the offensive line. Ryan had nowhere to go, couldn't pitch it, tried to cut it back.
Lucas to throw on 3rd down across the middle, and it is incomplete. Intended receiver Robert Fithen, number 42.
Fithen got held up by the Dover linebacker here. Thought he was going to be open, couldn't get free, and Lucas was under a little bit of pressure, I think.
4th down from the 30-yard line, and Big Red will go for it. 4-down territory.
See if Big Red comes back to that pass pattern with Carlton West.
Phipps will split to the far side. Jeter to the near side. Johnson and West in the backfield. Lucas to throw.
There it is.
Plenty
Carlton West.
Looking for West.
Nothing. Dover waiting.
And he makes the catch and dives ahead to about the 25. It's going to be short of the 1st down, and Dover will take over. 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line with 5:48 to go in the ball game.
Everybody was on the same page there. I thought that Coach Radakovich for Big Red would come back to that play, and the Dover coaches kind of expected it. They got burned on it 3 times, but not the 4th time. Dover got the ball and a chance to go for the win.
Take a look at it on the replay here. Lucas has plenty of time. Looking downfield, nothing comes open, and looks underneath for West, and he's one-on-one against Morris, who slows him up enough to allow the Dover defenders to come up and make the stop. Also getting a piece of the action, Rob Becker, number 47, forced him out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Coach, I asked you a few moments ago what the 2 teams would have to do to get wins. Dover now with the football. Do you expect them to change, or they're just going to grind it out on the ground?
Well, I know Dover's going to go for a 5-minute drive here. That's got to be their goal, 5 minutes and 48 seconds to go in the game. They proved they can move the ball. Big Red, this is going to be a big challenge for them to keep them out of the end zone, that's for sure.
5:48, 27-21. Big Red on top by 6. Dover with the football at their own 25-yard line.
The last 5 minutes and 48 seconds going to come down to conditioning. We talked about it before the game being won in the 4th quarter, and here it is, game's on the line.
5 backs in the backfield, receivers and running backs. The shift on for the Tornadoes. 1st down, handoff to Morris. Down the line of scrimmage, and a short gain. Actually, a pretty good game of about 4 yards on 1st down.
Good 1st down game for Dover. Chucky Johnson playing down the line of scrimmage, making the play. Morris coming up hobbling there. They can't afford to have him slowed in the 4th quarter.
Morris will head out on the play, and it looks like Colbert Byram will check in, number 10. Morris walks it off. Hopefully he'll be able to return to the ball game for the Tornadoes. 2nd down and 6. Clock moving inside of 5:15 to go in the game now.
The shift continues to have Big Red in a tentative position here. Linebackers not able to pin their ears
Flag
back.
on the play, and coming through on the stop, it looked like 5th and number 42 getting a piece of the action, but we're going to have a flag down, and it's going to be a penalty against Dover, and it looks like a motion call.
Well, they got to take this one. Big Red's got to take this penalty. Got to play field position here. Change this down in distance. Senior captain Jeff Vag.
Motion penalty against Dover Tornadoes. 2nd down and 11 from the 29. Clock starts, 5 minutes to go in the ballgame. Now we have a timeout down on the field called by Dover. We're going to take a timeout. We'll come back with the exciting conclusion of this one on the WNPQ 95.9 Country Scoreboard. 27-21. Big Red on top, carries. But I'm not sure who number 36 is, and no one in the press box is sure who number 36 is.
Fake the reverse.
On the carry, and right there, Komenich. He comes up big for Big Red on the carry for Dover, number 32, Eric Warner.
Well, that reverse has hurt Big Red twice. This time they faked it. Komenich stayed home, makes the big play. This changes everything now for Dover in their approach. 3rd and 11. I know they want to throw the ball at whenever they feel like it, not whenever they have to, and they're in a position where I think they got to throw the football here.
4:20 to go in the ball game. Dover trailing by 6. The last pass they threw, a 2-yarder, but it went for a touchdown, and it cut the lead for Big Red down to 6 points. And we may have an illegal shift again. Oh, it's a delay of game against Dover. They took too long getting the ball into play. And that really hurts the Dover Tornadoes.
Bill, you think we could get Pumpkinhead to get a shot at this scoreboard here, show all our friends up at Dover how beautiful new scoreboard is here at Harding Stadium?
That's up to our producer, Sherry Hansen. We might be able to get a shot of the scoreboard
Sherry,
by the end of the game.
She's a good girl. She's at the top of her game.
3rd down and 15. Ball on the 20 for the Tornadoes. Von Kennel to throw. Looks to swing it back to Colbert, and he does. Byram, however, is going to be stacked up at the 20-yard line.
Big hit.
So Colbert Byram stopped at the 20. It'll bring up 4th and 15 from the 20 for Dover.
Anthony Smith, big hit coming up there on that screen pass. Nice play action pass here. A little bit of pressure by Fithen. Boncano let it go. Colbert looking for open field, slips a tackle from Phipps. Hello. Nice tackle by Anthony Smith.
Snap and kick, a good kick, and Big Red's just going to get away from it. It goes out of bounds, and they will spot the football at the 49-yard line of Dover. Dover believes it should be at the 46-yard line of Big Red. Well, the official has the final say, and it'll be at the 49-yard line of Dover, and the Tornadoes will have to come up with a fumble or an interception as we take a look at the scoreboard. And Coach, I know you had a major role in getting that scoreboard completed. WTOV9, a proud sponsor of that scoreboard, along with Kroger, Pepsi, a number of other corporations, World Radio, Telecommunications on there, as well as the ball's up in the air. And it is recovered by, it looks like Constantini got it for Big Red. Dover had their opportunity at the loose football, but I don't think they got it. I think Ryan Constantini got it for Big Red, and indeed he did. Right man, right spot for Big Red. Dover just
heads
about
up play for Ryan. Could be a game saver there. Senior three-year starter Ryan Constantini.
The Tornadoes have to be scratching their heads. They had an opportunity there to come up with a loose football, but just didn't take the right bounce. Now it's Vinny West coming up and tackling the football are the Tornadoes as West goes out of bounds, and he should have enough for a first down. So the Tornadoes need to get that turnover. They had their first crack at it. It came up empty.
See West covering the football up. Looking for something here. Dover defense playing strong here. They still got 2 timeouts. A lot of time to go, but they need a hold. They need a defensive stand here.
Injured player for the Dover Tornadoes down in the field. That's number 36, and we do not have a 36 on our roster. We checked with some of the Dover people here in the booth, and they don't have a name, or maybe we do now.
Johnston in a different jersey, the big man.
Johnston in a different jersey. Maybe his jersey gets so wet in perspiration that they changed the jersey because he was having problems holding on to the football.
Yeah, he was. Big problems. And we thought it might have been just perspiration.
Well, as you mentioned, Sherry Hansen on top of her game. She says, you know, it's getting close to the end of the game. Might want to take a look at our players of the game. And right now, Coach, you've already made your choices, and a number of excellent performances.
Big efforts by a lot of
players. And a guy that came in and really had an impact on the second half for the Tornadoes, Colbert Byram. He's played a great game defensively, but it looks like it's going to be Carlton West for Big Red, the running back, and the running back defensive back for Dover, Kevin Morris. Two players that have played outstanding games. Morris has been all over the field defensively and offensively. Right now out on the field, he went off, hobbled a little bit. He had a little bit of an ankle injury. His shoe is all taped up, trying to give him some extra support as the Tornadoes look for a big play here. Johnson on the carry straight ahead. If you're wondering about timeouts, Big Red is down to 1. Dover down to 2 timeouts left with 2:30 to go on the clock. And right now it looks like Big Red is going to try and work that clock against Dover. And I don't think they're going to try anything fancy as Dover takes the timeout with 2:25 to go. And that'll bring them down to 1 timeout remaining in the ballgame.
I think both those player of the game choices, both players were the focal point of their offenses. Both players came up big for their teams. And it's good to be recognized. Everybody wants to be recognized.
Well, good crowd on hand, and tell you what, most people have stayed as this one is coming down to the wire. 27-21, Big Red on top. One of these two teams will improve to 4-1. The other will drop to 3-2. Tornadoes looking for the turnover. First opportunity came on the first play of this possession for Big Red as West coughed the ball up. Ryan Costantini was there and able to recover for Big Red. Dan If, the head coach of Dover, wondering what his team can do to get that football back. He's got that pained look on his face. Got to get the football back. We have to get an opportunity. Right now, Big Red wants to prevent that, hold on to the football and move the sticks.
Get an opportunity to talk to the coach If before the game, and perfect gentleman, really knows what he wants to do with his football team and his program in the long run. Has some outstanding long-range goals and short-range goals, and these are the type of games he says he wants to play. He wants to play good teams, good programs. He wants to elevate Dover to another level, and I wish him all the luck, and I think he'll get there.
Well, a big penalty there against Coach Ifton, his defense, a face mask penalty call. The flag thrown right into the middle of the line of scrimmage where West was running. And it is a face mask penalty, and that hurts the Tornadoes as that's a big 15-yard penalty, and it's going to spot the ball inside the 20-yard line. I don't know if we have a replay of that. Take a look at it. But that is a big penalty against the Tornadoes as we take a look down in the truck to try and find that replay for us. But a face mask, and that's an automatic first down inside the 15 or inside the 20 at the 16-yard line.
Got the clock against you here. Last thing you want is a penalty. Everybody's toe-to-toe splits here.
Hand off
Chucky
Johnson across the 50-yard, 15-yard line, 50-yard line. What am I thinking about, Coach?
You're just an emotional individual, bro. Relax.
Well, it's an exciting game, Coach.
Yes,
both
it is.
teams
No
playing their
question.
hearts out. Enjoy watching both of these ball clubs who are off to good starts this season.
Good football game. Going to be a good rivalry for both teams.
Now, next year, from what I understand, Big Red will be traveling up to Dover.
No question. That's it is. Home and home, and keep it going. This might even be a 4-year contract, but I'm not sure about that.
Second down and long. 1:30 to go on the game clock. Dover is going to have to spend, or did Big Red spend the timeout? Big Red spends the timeout, and that really helps the Dover Tornadoes out. You don't want to make any mistakes out there on the field, but like to keep that clock rolling, so Dover gets an opportunity to have the clock stopped. And next week, game of the week, we'll be right back here at Harding Stadium. Edison and Big Red at 11:45 after Sports Friday. That's game of the week, I believe, game of the week #1. And next game of the week next week, Bel Air and Catholic Central. That also at Harding Stadium on Saturday night. And another game of the week. St. Clairsville at Magnolia, Sunday at 9 a.m. You want to talk about football, Coach? You've got the NFL. You've got the game of the week. That's a Sunday. You just wake up, roll out of bed, flip on the tube, and you got some high school football watching. It gets you ready for the NFL.
WTOV 9, the leader in high school football in the Ohio Valley. 3 games a weekend.
Well, 1:28 to go in the ball game. Second down and 9. Ball on the 14 of Dover. 27-21, Big Red on top. Dover desperately trying to get the football back. Get one last crack at moving it down the field. Handoff to West. Heading to the sideline. Cuts back at the 5, and he is knocked out of bounds. And Byram comes up and just gives him a shot.
Wow.
Colbert Byram has played one good ball game tonight defensively for the Dover Tornadoes. Very impressive ball player for the Tornadoes.
This is what coaches want from their secondary people. Come up and lower the boom. Wow. Big hit.
West goes out of bounds, and that stops the clock at 1:08. 3rd and a yard from the 6-yard line to pick up the first.
A young man's playing a well of a defensive ball game for Dover.
Johnson and West in the backfield. Jeter split to the far side. Handoff Johnson, and he will, I don't know if he's going to get it. I think he got pushed back. It could bring a 4th down, and you may see the kicking unit come on from Big Red.
With Dover defense wasn't given anything there. I'd be surprised if Johnson got that. If he did, that was the toughest 2 yards he'll ever get.
Official timeout, and they are going to call for a measurement. Also down on the field, the Dover Tornado. I believe that's Matt Ireland, number 46, the linebacker, tight end. And they will administer some assistance to him, and we will get a measurement. I don't know if he got the first down. And if he doesn't get the first down, it brings up 4th down. Do you kick the field goal?
I'm taking the 3. I'm taking the 3. Surge here. Hit right there at the line of scrimmage, and
first down, and that could do it for Big Red. Dover thought they had him stopped, but the spot goes in favor of Big Red, and it'll be 1st and goal from the 5-yard line for Steubenville Big Red. And if that made it for the first down, it just made it for the first down.
it's not over till it's over, and 50 seconds away.
1 timeout left for the Dover Tornadoes, and it looks like Big Red will take a knee as Ryan Lucas gets under center. Derek Jeter back in a safety position. Ryan Lucas kneels down, clock rolls. I'm sure Dover will spend the timeout.
Takes the knee.
Don't have to score to win, just run the clock.
They're not going to call the timeout, and the clock runs down inside of 30 seconds. And it looks like Big Red will hang on and win this one by a score of 27-21 if they can complete this next snap from center. And Lucas will down the football. Knees down, clock's inside of 15 seconds. This one's over. The clock will run down, and Steubenville Big Red has defeated the Dover Tornadoes by a score of 27-21 here at Harding Stadium on the WTOV9 High School Football Game of the Week. There's a look at the final WNPQ 95.9 country scoreboard. Big Red 27, the Dover Tornadoes 21. Coach, some final thoughts on this ball game and the 2 teams.
Well of a game, enjoyable to watch. 2 good football teams that have improved throughout the season. Big Red picking up win number 4. Dover going to 3-2. You can see both coaches, a lot of respect for each other there. And Big Red's getting in a tough part of their schedule here. with Edison next week, followed by, I believe, Zanesville. So they're going to have to continue to improve to keep winning football games.
Well, let's take a look at the players of the game and also take a look at the check for a sack. And, well, we've got Colbert Byram up there for Dover as one of the players of the game, and very deserving. Another player that we had mentioned before, Kevin Morris, but Colbert Byram, the player of the game. Dover Tornadoes, and Carlton West from Big Red. But each and every game that we do on the Game of the Week, number of players could be the players of the game. But tonight, those are the players that we see up on the big board. Now let's take a look at the board for the check for a sack. And no sacks tonight, so that means zero money rung up for the OVAC. So it remains at $900. Now, of course, we have the Fairmont Wheeling Park game, so they may have a couple of checks for a sack. We'll find out a little bit later on that one. That's a Saturday night special at 11:30. You can find out if Kroger and OVAC did any business with the check for a sack. That does it here from Harding Stadium. Our final score once again, Steubenville Big Red 27, the Dover Tornadoes 21.
Ready, break!